Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Let's Talk Leeds. Hope you're all doing well. Apologies, I've been a bit absent the last couple of days. Been very busy doing all that fun stuff you do with your little ones in the 6-week holidays. But yeah, I just wanted to get into a few things today. First of all, Daniel Farke. Like, I sat there last night thinking about it. Like, I know it's only pre-season, but what a job he has done so far. Obviously, I put a lot of emphasis on the word so far because the season hasn't started yet. But listen, when he walked into a team that were beyond low on confidence, absolute shot to pieces. He's walked into a building annihilated by a hurricane. Obviously, him along with the 49ers, and he's had to pick these players up off their asses. People like the people who got relegated last season: Ayling, Cooper, Bamford. Dan James was out on loan. Nobody wanted him at Leeds. Cody Drame's come back from a loan. The previous regime wasn't interested in him, and he's got all these players put together, and he's had to lift them, as I said, off their asses. And we saw such a dominant performance against Hearts yesterday, and another one just before that against Forest. And as pre-seasons slowly ticked on, and he's had more and more time with these players, you can just tell how much they're buying into him, into his style of play, into his method of playing, and you can just tell that they all are actually fighting for the shirt. How long has it been since we've seen a Leeds side putting their necks on the line for that white shirt? It's been too long. And I take my hats off to Daniel Farke because as I said, when he walked in, it must have been a horrible. It's the Leeds United job. It's one of the best jobs in English football, other than the top six and etc. etc. But what I'm saying is, it's not an easy job to walk into, and I'm so glad we got him. We were linked with Vieira and Parker and even Corberhan. I wanted at the time, but now I look back and I'm just so thankful that the 49ers got Daniel Farke through the door, because he has galvanized our whole team. And he's got people like Dan James, Luke Ayling, people like that playing out of their skin. One of the best I've seen him. Okay, it's only pre-season, it's only a small sample size. But yeah, he's done a terrific job. The Hearts game, fantastic. Like, first half, absolutely annihilated them. They couldn't. They were pinned in. They didn't have a chance to breathe. Second half, I still think we were dominant, but we took our foot off the gas slightly. Probably a bit of fatigue and fitness still, kicking in. But we were fantastic. And pre-season, just to touch on it as a whole, it's been a real nice sort of steady pre-season. Obviously, we started off against Man United. We were dreadful. Pinned in, couldn't get out our own half. Seemed like we couldn't string any passes together. And then we smashed Barnsley behind closed doors. We don't know what to make of that, because we didn't see it right. But we beat him 9-1, so we couldn't have done bad. Although Barnsley are in disarray at the moment. Monaco game, first half, more than matched him. It was a real even first half, and I was very pleased. Tailed off in the second half, and you just know Farke's looked at what went wrong, and in that Nottingham Forest game, put it all right. And Nottingham Forest was a complete 90-minute performance. Hearts, pretty much the same, a complete performance. And we've set ourselves up perfectly going into Cardiff at home in 6 days' time, to give ourselves the best chance of winning that opening game. From start to finish, the players looked interested. Even at the end of the game, in the dying seconds of the game, we were still pushing on for another goal. And Dan James, Daniel Farke was interested in Dan James when he was manager of Norwich, and he tried to sign him before he went to Man United. But at the same time, we tried to sign him, so there was obviously something there. And I think Farke's getting a real tune out of Dan James, which is brilliant, because Dan James his pace is terrifying for defenders. He looked quality out on the left. His goal that got ruled out, quality finish. He was just a menace. It was a thorn in their defence all day long, and it's so nice to see. I think both Sinisterra and Nonto look good out on the left. I think they look better out on the left, but I think Dan James has looked better than both of them in that position. To be fair to him, like you have to say, he has. So real promising signs. Archie Gray's had a real solid pre-season. Pervader's had a real solid pre-season. Luke Ayling, I've never been his biggest fan, but he's had a real decent pre-season. You know, Ampadu, obviously, we don't even need to say him. He's been absolutely outstanding from the get-go. Meslier, last couple of games has looked really good. And it looks like Meslier's enjoying himself again. It does. Before it all went to, Pete Tung under Jesse Marsh, and then he got dropped under Allardyce, etc. We haven't seen Meslier looking like he's been enjoying it for a long time, but I think he's starting to enjoy it. So I feel like we've got Cardalo in to be our number one. But it will be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, he's just kept 2 clean sheets in a row as well. Okay, it's pre-season, but clean sheet's a clean sheet, right? So, leading up to Sunday, are we prepared? I don't think we are. So I don't mean that in a negative way. I still think there's a lot of surgery that needs to be done. We still need a centre back. In my opinion, we still need a out and out left back, and we need a centre forward. Right. The vibes I'm getting, I don't know if we're going to get one, because when Farke was asked about Ruta and Bamford's injuries, he said it won't change their transfer plans. Now, you could look at that 2 ways. You can look at it as, well, regardless of if they were injured or not, we're still getting a centre forward. So it's irrelevant that they're injured because we're still getting a centre forward. Or you can look at it as their injuries aren't going to be long term, so we don't need to go out and buy anyone. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen with a centre forward, but I pray that we get one. I really do. Bamford looked decent against Hearts. Obviously scored against Forest. No agenda against Bamford. I think he's got a role to play off the bench next season, or maybe start in some games. I think he won't do too bad. I think he'll, could get 9-10 goals. I think he could do all right. So it's not the fact that I want Bamford out. It's just that I want someone who's going to score 20, 25, and I'm going to have confidence in them doing that. And I don't see that in Bamford or Ruta in that position. So I think we're prepared for Cardiff, because I think we will beat Cardiff with the team that we've got. Birmingham away, I mean, I'm not going to go too far down the line because it's a bit hypothetical, isn't it? But Birmingham away, West Brom at home, and obviously we've got Shrewsbury at home as well. And then was it Ipswich away? I think we are almost prepared for August. Like, I think we've got a nice run of games in August where we could just tread water with the team that we've got and still pick up 2-3 wins. So I'm not overly concerned about August, but as if you ask, are we prepared for the whole season? I'll say no. But are we prepared for August? I'll say yes. So in my opinion, there's nothing to panic about. I think give it, let August play out. Pick up our wins where we can. Home to Cardiff, we should win. Away to Birmingham, we should win. Really, home to West Brom. Do you know what I mean? I think we got 3 wins in us in August, so I think that buys us a bit of time to get the players in that we want. We've been linked with a few people over the last few days, but I don't know how concrete they are. So I'm not going to speculate on them all, but I think if we tread water in August, and that gives us another month to get the players through the door that we want. So in a nutshell, I don't think we're prepared for the season, but I think we are for August. Just on Joel Perot, because there was that stuff coming out that he's going to stay at Swansea, but I read what Jer shared on his Twitter, so I'll just share it with you and read it out. It's from the Wales Online. Duff says they are bracing themselves for offers while maintaining one has yet to arrive. I anticipate interest because he's a good player. We've not had a bid for him, so until the club gets a bid for him, we have to crack on like he's here. I'm sure he's got aspirations to play as high as he can. His attitude has been first class. If the club accepts an offer, the club accepts an offer. We'll move on. So, Swansea City, I mean, they're not known for being financially, they're not known for being loaded, right? if they get offered 15 million for someone who's going to leave for free in 12 months' time, I think they're going to take it, reinvest it, and go again. By the sounds of it, I mean, it's all it's all for publicity, isn't it? But by the sounds of it, he's sort of saying like, look, we haven't got a bid in. If one comes in and he goes, then so be it. We'll move on. Doesn't sound like he's that bothered, whether he is or not. I mean, most managers are going to be a bit bothered losing a 20 goal a season striker, but I wouldn't rule Perot out yet. I think if we slap down 15 mil, I think they'd take it, and I'd be delighted with that. But we'll see how that plays out in the next couple of days. So yeah, just a general chat today, guys. I'm going to have a few videos out this week. I'm going to have my little season predicted tomorrow, be a Cardiff preview coming out at the end of the week, and probably reacting to other stuff as it comes along. But yeah, happy with Farke, happy with how pre-season went, and I'm quite optimistic we'll be all right in August, but we still need a bit of surgery done. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you do get your comments in, guys, because I read them all and I love to hear what you lot think. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you again soon.